I am Dr. W. P. from Kamla Nehru Mahavidyalaya in Nagpur. Today we are going to discuss the high spin and low spin complexes of the transition metal line from D1, D2 up to D10 systems. And it is observed that some of the complexes are high spin and some are found low spin. In case of complexes which have less number of unpaired electrons are the low spin, and in which in the complexes in which the number of unpaired electrons are more, then they are the high spin complexes. Again, now it depends upon the whether the ligand is weak field or strong field. So we are discussing all this in today's presentation. So today's topic is a high spin and low spin complexes, and as we know what is high spin and low spin complexes, in this case of high spin and low spin, we are going to see the what is meant by the high spin and also low spin, and what are the examples of these complexes which are showing this high spin and low spin. So some complexes are there, they show more than one type of electronic configuration, and also as we know that configuration in which number of unpaired electrons are less has low value of total spin, and therefore these are known as low spin complexes, while if number of unpaired electrons are more in the complex, it is said to be an high spin complexes. So there are two types of complex, low spin and high spin complexes. The spin state of complex depend upon the relative value of crystal field splitting energy, that is delta O, and pairing energy P. Pairing energy is the energy which is required for the two electrons to pair up in the same orbital. Relative strength of these two energy depends upon the nature of ligand, and following two cases are there. Number one is the if ligands are weak, and second is if ligands are strong. So there are two types of complexes in which the ligand is weak or ligand may be strong. So number one is if ligand are weak, in that case due to weak field ligand, the crystal field splitting is less. So when the ligand is weak, crystal field splitting is less, and that is why delta O is less than P, that is splitting energy. Delta O is less than P than the pairing energy. In this case, the electrons will definitely go to the higher energy level, and therefore remain the unpaired electrons. So in case of these, high spin complexes are formed. So when the ligands are weak, the high spin complexes are formed, and in the second case, if ligand are strong, in that case the strong field ligands causes the large splitting of d orbital, and as a result delta O is greater than P, and so the pairing energy is preferred, and in this case low spin complex is formed. So when the ligands are strong, low spin complex are formed, and when ligands are weak, high spin complexes are formed. So depending upon the ligand, whether the ligand is weak field or whether the ligand is high spin, strong field. Okay, so there are two types of complex, high spin and low spin, and depending upon the number of unpaired electron, and also depending upon the ligand, nature of ligand. So now we are going to see here the octahedral complexes with D1, D2, D3 configuration, and if the d orbital contain 1 or 2 or 3 electrons, they will go to the T2g orbital, remain unpaired, hence always high spin complex will be formed. In case of D1, D2, D3, there is no any question that all the electrons 1, 2, 3 will go to the T2g, because in case of octahedral, T2g have lower energy, EG have higher energy. So therefore all the three, if there are 3 electrons, so they give each orbital have 1 electron, and 3 orbitals are there in a lower energy bonding molecular orbital, therefore T2g have 3 electrons, and in that case they show all the other unpaired electron, and they show always they show the high spin complexes. And electronic configurations of D1, D2 here is shown. In case of D1, D2, there is no any problem that D1 means d orbital have 1 electron, T2g1, Eg0, because electron first go to the T2g. So T2g1, Eg0. Example of this set D1 is the hexa-eco-titanium 3+ complex. In case of D2, 2 electrons are there, it is also in a T2g, so T2g2, Eg0, and in that case Eg have this example of this hexa-eco-vanadium 3+ complex. D3, T2g have 3 and Eg 0, so the examples are hexa-eco-chromium 3+ or hexa-eco-vanadium 2+. So these are the examples of these D1, D2, D3, and all these complexes are high spin complexes because number of unpaired electrons are more, and distribution of electron in D1 and D2, D3 complexes shown here. In case of D1, electron go to the T2g orbital. See here, three orbitals are T2G having lower energy, EG having higher energy. So T2G have one electron. In case of D2, T2G have two electrons. So one is here, second is here. In case of D3, T2G have three electrons. One is here, second and third. So and CFSE value can also be determined on the basis of that. Because for each electron, because lower in energy, minus 0.4 delta O, and for 2 minus 0.8 delta O, for 3 electron 0.4 into 3 minus 0.12 delta O. These are the CFSE value, crystal field stabilization energy. So this is the case of D1, D2, D3. All the complexes of this configuration are the high spin complex only. Now what is the situation in case of octahedral complexes with the D4, D5, D6 and D7 configuration? And in this case for D4 to D7 configuration of octahedral complexes, D orbital contain 4, 5, 6, 7 electrons. So two types of configurations are possible in this case, and these two types of configurations are shown here, that is the low spin and high spin. Both the possibilities are here in case of D4 to D7, and two spin are possible, and low spin and high spin state are possible. In case of D4, T2G4 EG0. In case of low spin, what is in the low spin? T2G orbital filled first, and then after completing the T2G orbital, then electron will go to the EG orbital. However, in case of high spin, T2G orbital, first electron go to the T2G, one electron, and after that fourth electron will go to the EG orbital, because the delta O is small. Here delta O is large, and that is here this is the low spin and this is the high spin. So this is the configuration of D4, T2G4 EG0, and this is the example hexacyano chromium 4-, and here D5 T2G5 EG0, D6 T2G6 EG0. In case of D7 T2G6 EG1. So these are the configuration in the low spin state of this D4 to D7, and in case of high spin they have T2G3 EG1, T2G3 EG2, now 6 T2G4 EG2, T2G5 EG2. So one by one electron go to the in case of high spin, electron go all the one electron in all the 5, and then pairing will take place. So example shown here for this D4, D5, D6 high spin complexes. All these are the examples, and all these complexes are high spin complexes. So in these cases the relative value of delta O and P will be decided on the basis of nature of, and here CFSE value for the complex can be determined by using this formula, minus 0.4 delta P minus 0.6 Q. P are the number of electron in a T2G set, Q is the number of electron in a EG set, and delta O is the CFSE value, and P is the pairing energy. So how many number of pair of energy are pairing electron pairs are there? So N is the 1, 2, 3 whatever is there. So P is the pairing energy. So in case of the D4, D5, D6, D7 octahedral complexes, these are the examples, and both the possibilities are there, and they have two types of spin. That is, they form, these complexes form low spin complex and also high spin complex. And again now here we can say that when ligand is weak, the extent of splitting is less. Delta O is small, and therefore delta O is less than P. In such case, high spin complex is formed. When the ligand is strong, the extent of splitting is more. Delta O is large, and therefore delta O is greater than P. In such cases, low spin complexes is formed. Both the low spin and high spin complex are shown in this slide. And after this, now here some distribution of electron is also being shown here. How the distribution of electron take place in case of this, as we know, delta O is small, then it is a high spin complex. This delta O means difference between T2G and EG set. So here these are the two energy levels. This is T2G set, this is EG set, set of orbitals, and this is the this delta O is small, therefore they form high spin complex. So electron first go here, 1, then 2, 3, 4, then 5, like that. In case of here low spin complexes, delta O is large, therefore first order T2G orbital fill first, and then after filling this, then electron will go to the EG set of orbital. So there are two types of complex. When delta O is small, high spin complex is formed. When delta O is large, low spin complexes are formed. So this is shown comparative between low spin and high spin. So this is the difference, delta O value large, this is small, that is delta O is small, so high spin complex. So this is the this is the slide. We show difference between what is the low spin and high spin. Delta O is small, delta O is large. And distribution of electron in case of D4, D5, D6, D7 configuration. So high spin state, low spin state. As we know what is high spin and low spin now. So distribution of electron in case of D4, high spin 1, 2, 3 and 4 electron go here. In case of D5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in case of D6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 electron get paired. In case of D7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7 electron get paired. And the CFSE value can be calculated on the basis of that. For each electron, minus 0.4 delta O value is there. And in case of low spin state, so T2G orbital field first. So in case of D4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 electron get paired. In case of D5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In case of D6, 1, 2, 3, each orbital have 2 electron. Now T2G orbital completed, field completed. Now the next electron will go, 7th electron will go to the higher energy state, EG set. So and CFSE value can be calculated for this different configuration of the d electrons. So this is the distribution of electron in D4, D5, D6, D7 complexes. And next is the octahedral complexes with D8, D9, D10 configuration. And in case of these complexes, and in these three configuration, only one way distribution is possible, only the one way. And in this case, see here, D8 means 8 electrons are there, but is T2G6, Eg2. And this is the example, hexaicon nickel 2 plus. D9, T2G6, Eg3. Example of this, hexaicon copper 2 plus. D10, T2G6, Eg4, completely filled. So only one space state is possible, and distribution of electron for this D8 is shown here. D8 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again 9th electron get paired here, 10th electron get paired. So in case of D10, all the orbitals have 2 electron. CFSE value for each configuration D8, D9, D10 can be find out here. And here the value is 0 in case of D10, CFSE value is 0, because here is a for each electron here 0.4 delta O and here 0.6 delta O. So resultant is a 0, and therefore plus and minus is 0. So the CFSE value is 0 for D10. And this is the distribution of d electrons from D8 to D10 complexes, and examples are shown. Only one way of distribution is possible. There is no high spin and low spin, and it is possible only in case of D4, D5, D6 and D7. So we can say that here high spin and low spin complexes in case of tetrahedral. We have seen the example from D1 to D10 for the octahedral complexes. Now high spin and low spin tetrahedral complexes. In this case, octahedral complexes, we have seen the octahedral complex. Now in case of tetrahedral complexes, have also high spin and low spin state. Now D1, D2, D7, D8, D9, D10 complexes can have only one spin state, while in case of D3, D4, D5, D6 complexes can show both high and low spin state, and therefore delta T is the crystal phase splitting in the tetrahedral field is only about the 0.45 times greater times the delta O value. That is, we can say that the delta O is equals to, or delta T equals to 0.45 delta O. This value is always smaller than the mean pairing energy P. That is, we can say that delta T is less than P, and hence tetrahedral complexes are mostly high spin in nature, because delta T is very small as compared to P, and therefore these tetrahedral complexes generally they show the high spin complexes or high spin in nature. So this is in case of the tetrahedral complex. So in case of this also, D1, D2, D7, D8, D9, D10 show only one spin, but D3, D4, D5, D6 show both the high spin and low spin state. And in case of limitation of CFT, certain limitations are also there, and crystal field theory explain most of the properties of the complex set, but have some limitations, and these limitations are shown here. According to the CFT, ligands are regarded as a point charge or negative point charge, and therefore assumption may look appropriate for the small ligand and a large organic molecule acting as a ligand. This assumption CFT is not correct. So in case of when we use the ligand which is an organic molecule and large molecule, in that case this is not appropriate, because we are treating ligand as a negative point charge or negative or the point dipole. So this is not correct. So CFT could not explain such type of point. Second important point is that according to this CFT, bond between metal ligand is purely electrostatic. That is, the bond present is 100% ionic. but in case, it is observed that this bond has appreciable covalent character. Such bond can only be formed by overlapping of orbital. So partial overlapping of orbital could not explain in the CFT, because no bond is 100% ionic. Some covalent characters are there. So this covalent character means overlapping of orbital is there. So partial overlapping of orbital is not explained, and that is therefore this is the another limitations of this CFT. Third number is that CFT take into account only the metal d orbital, while the role of the s and p orbital is not taken into consideration, and therefore this is another limitation. Only the CFT give importance to the d orbital, but there is no any role of s and p orbital. Next, number 4 is the CFT consider the formation of does not consider the formation of pi bonding in the complexes. Pi bonding is also formed along with the sigma bond, but in CFT there is no any assumption, or there is no any part which can explain the formation of pi bonding in the complexes. Number next is the 5. It does not explain the some ligand which are strong field and some are weak field. It does not give the explanation for the water is a stronger ligand than OH minus. So as we know, electrochemical series, that is the spectrochemical series, in that ligands have different strength and they have been arranged according to their strength. So this series does not explain why the water is a stronger ligand than the OH minus, and actually it is a stronger than OH minus. And next number is that it does not account for the DD transition taking place in the complex. As we know, electronic spectra of the complex, the DD transitions are there, which explain the color of the transition metal complexes. But here complexes like hexaaccord titanium 3 plus, though it is forbidden as per the Laporte selection rule, does not account for the DD transition. So there is, this theory does not explain any the DD transition in these complexes. So therefore John Taylor explained the presence of DD transition, and also electronic spectra explain the DD transition in the hexaaccord titanium 3 plus complex. So these are the 6 limitations. And so the CFT explains some of the properties of the complexes, but could not explain some part, and this, therefore this theory has some limitation, and these are the limitations for CFT. So today we have discussed already the what is meant by the high spin complex, what is low spin complex, what is the delta O value is small, then high spin complex is formed, delta O is a large, then low spin complexes are formed. So therefore, depending upon the value of delta O, depending upon the value of P, depending upon the nature of ligand, we can explain the two types of complexes, high spin complex and low spin complex.